So hey guys, this is me, Anam from LetsUpgrade. First, tell me quickly that am I audible and visible? Yes. So this is me, Anam from LetsUpgrade. I'm here to explain you all how to mark your attendance, you submit your assignment, and how so you can generate your certificate. So let me share my screen first. Yeah. So first of all, go in our description box. Here you can see a one link. Click on it. First you all have to enroll yourself. Then here, as you can see, mark your attendance. Click on that. You have to rate our session, how you like it, and also recommend to your friend. Then if you are interested in a 6 month Let's Celebrate program, then click on yes. If you have any feedback or anything to tell us, then you can recommend us. Then submit your assignment. And same way, you have to mark your attendance on day 3, day 4, and day 5. There is no assignment for day 1 and day 2, as it is basic. We teach you basics about the program. And then you can see here you can see the progress bar. After marking your attendance, this bar will get increased. And if your attendance is above 50 to 80%, mostly 80%, then here you can see your certificate. Then you can and you can all download it. And it's and it's valid. It's from NSDC and ITM and Let's Upgrade. So let me all introduce you our trainer. Sorry. So this is our today's trainer,
Okay.
Abhishek sir. So sir, can you introduce yourself to our students?
Yeah, Nam. Uh, so guys, hello everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Okay. I can see a lot of like people in the chat. Yeah. So guys, if you have seen me in C++ or that C course, then it is me like Abhishek taking this React.js now, and I have total 2.3 year experience in React.js, and I am. Yeah. And apart from that, my technical stack is around React.js, okay, around Java, and I have the good knowledge on the C++ also, okay. And at Let's Upgrade, I take data structure and algorithm session, right? So it is about building the basic fundamental, and after that, you are good to go. You are able to learn any language, okay. Just you have to focus on the problem solving skills, right? So Anam, let's start the session, right? Uh, Hello, Enam. Yeah. Hello, guys. Which topic are you to cover? 1 minute. Let me see here. Okay, great. So can you guys write in the chat if I'm audible or not? Please write in the chat. Yeah, I'm audible, right? Okay, great. Okay, great. Yeah, you're audible. So, guys, yeah, yes, you're audible. Okay, so let's start our session, right? So the session is all about the React.js. Can you write in the chat, guys, who all know about the fundamental of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Like the prerequisite of this whole bootcamp is like you should know about the basic knowledge on the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. In this session, we will be focusing more on the concepts of React.js, and like I will tell you about the HTML and the JavaScript part, but the CSS I will not tell. Okay, I will just take the CSS that I have already applied, and according to that, we will move forward. Right? Yeah, I know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, great. I don't know, sir. Okay, no issue. Okay, no issue. I will start from the basic. Right? I will start from the basic. Base is more. 1 minute, guys. Okay, give me 1 minute. Everyone is facing the audio problem. No, right? Hmm. No, great. So let's start our session, right? So please write in the chat, guys, who all know about like what is React? Okay, why we use React? Why we use React, guys? Till that time, I'm sharing my screen, right? 1 minute. Okay. To get reaction from web page, it is a framework for for UI purpose for building. Okay, single page application. I can see a lot of like similar and somewhat different definition in the chat. Great. Like most of you know about the definition part. Mhm. Library for front-end element. Yeah, correct. So here, share screen. So let's first discuss the agenda. What we are doing to do, like what we are going to do in this essentials, right? So what we are doing is like we are making a simple project, and the name of the project is expense calculator. Okay, where we are keeping track of the expenses. Okay, like this here. Here you can see the UI part, right? This UI we are going to build with the help of React.js. Okay, that is here you can see we have one option to filter by year, to filter the expense by year. Okay, and here are the expenses that are listed, right? That is, I bought TV on August 2020 14. Similarly, new TV and car insurance, and here new desk, right? And here I have the form, right, where I can fill the title, amount, and the date. And when the moment I will hit on the add expense button, what will happen? That particular expense will get added in the cart, right? So this React UI we are going to build with the help of this React.js. Okay, and yeah, it's kind of to-do list. You can say Prathamesh, but we are like seeing like how to like we have the component, how to divide the component into sub component. We will see the good practice on React.js. Okay, yeah. Yes, yes, you can make scrollable. Okay, like here, I have not implemented the scrollable part, but you can make that part. Okay, so here, let's start with the basic, right? Yeah. So those who are like new to the React.js part for them, and those who already know about the React.js, please write in the chat, right? I have some questions related to the React.js. Okay, so here, so basically here, right? React.js. So guys, like I am able to get like most of you are saying here React.js is what? It is a library, right? It is a library, JavaScript library, right? To develop complex user interface, right? User interface. So guys, my first question to those who already know about the React.js part, why we need this JavaScript library? Because like if we are not using the JavaScript library, this React.js, then also we are able to make web pages, right? Then what is the need of this React.js? How it is giving us the advantage? Okay, we can create a simple web page or a complex web page with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript, right? Okay, great. We can add animations. We can, okay, like I can see like, okay, can you? CSS is used for styling purpose. It has, yeah, correct. So like here, what happens, guys? Complex user interface, right? So basically here, so the first advantage that we got from the React is what? Like we can arrange our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript code, okay, and we can club all these into a component. Okay, so what we can do, we can create a component, and these components are what? Reusable, right? These components are what? Reusable. We are going to create like what is component and how we can create component, we will see in the practical implementation part, right? And apart from that, guys, when we are using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then we are following a imperative approach. Okay, imperative approach. And when I'm using React.js, then I am following the declarative approach. Anyone knows like what is this imperative approach and what is this declarative approach? Anyone? So guys, here we have two concepts, that is imperative and declarative, right? So like let's take one example, right? You like there is one person and this person know how to make a tea. He is expert in making tea, right? He is expert in making tea. So what he has done, he has appointed one person. He has said ki, hey, I am getting a lot of demand from the like I am getting lot of demand from the customer, so I will hire you. I will teach you each and every steps, right? That is how to take like how much time you should boil the water, and at what time you should add tea, and how much sugar you should add, right? So all these steps this person will tell to this person, okay, step by step, right? So he's at the noob level, right? And what he has done, like here this person is teaching step by step, okay, to this person in order to make a tea, good tea, right? So this approach is called imperative approach, jahan par you are saying ki, hey, I will tell each and every step, okay, I will tell each and every step to the third person. And what is declarative approach? Now the same person is here, and this time what he has done, he has hired a experienced person, right? He has hired a experienced person, and now he's telling him ki, hey, go and make tea, right? Just he is giving the command, that is go and make tea, and this person will manage each and everything. This person will manage each and everything by himself, okay? By himself he will manage each and everything, right? So this is a declarative approach where you are just giving some commands, and this person is managing those steps. Everyone is clear till this point what is imperative approach and what is declarative approach? Can you please explain? Okay, let me do the practical part, then you will get the clear understanding, right? So basically in the imperative approach we are telling step by step he like how you will make a tea, right? And then in the declarative approach we are just giving him the guidance ki, yes, you have to use this like you have to use water, you have to use tea, you have to use sugar, and this experienced person will make the tea, right? So this is the difference between imperative and declarative approach. So when I am using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? CSS and JavaScript. Then to render web page, okay? What we are doing? We are rendering web page, right, everyone? We are rendering web page. So what happens when we are rendering web page? There is a DOM, okay? DOM tree. So guys, anyone know what is document object model? Anyone? what is document object model? So basically, guys, document object model is an API, that is application programming interface. Okay, and this application programming interface is provided by the web browser. Okay, and with the help of this DOM, we can manipulate HTML element. Okay, we can manipulate HTML element. That is, manipulation is what? We can add some element to the DOM tree, we can subtract some HTML element from the DOM tree, or we can update some HTML element in the DOM tree, right? So with the help of this API, that is document object model, we can do this part. Okay, let's take one example here. So if I have to write a simple HTML file, what I will do, I will say ki, hey, HTML here. After that, what I have the head part. Inside the head part, what I have the title, right? In the title, let's write a DOM here. Okay, title close, head close, and after that we have the body part, right? We have the body part. Inside the body part, I am printing hello world. Okay, I am printing what? Hello world. This one, body, and after that HTML, right? This is a simple HTML page, and what we are rendering on the web page, we are rendering hello world. So what will happen behind the scene? There will be a DOM tree that will get created, right? DOM tree here. So how the DOM tree will look like? It will be like the root node will be my document. Okay, the root node will be my document here. Okay, and after that, inside the root node, this is my root node. Okay, inside the root node we have the HTML tag. Okay, inside the HTML tag we have the head part, and in the head part what we are doing, we are saying ki, hey, we have title, right? And we are printing title, that is DOM, on the output screen, right? And after that what we are having, we are having body, right? And inside body we are having p tag, and we are printing what? We are printing hello world, right? So like this, a DOM tree will be there. Okay, and we have the DOM API, right? We have the DOM API. With the help of this DOM API, what we can do, we can add new element inside this tree. We can subtract, we can remove some element from the DOM tree, or we can update the DOM tree. Okay, we can update any element on the basis of some condition, right, everyone? So this is the DOM tree here, and yeah. So basically, what happens here? So we are saying ki, hey, we are discussing about the imperative and declarative approach, right? So in the imperative approach, we have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and we are saying ki, hey, HTML and CSS are used to render like web page there, and whatever thing you are doing, that will be done with the help of DOM tree. Okay, whatever addition or subtraction you are doing with the help of this DOM API there, right? When you are using JavaScript here, right? When you are using JavaScript here. So this is like, okay, let me go to the practical implementation, and then we will understand like how we can do this part. Here, 1 minute. Let's first do the installation part. Okay, let's first do the setup part. So guys, for the setup, what we need a IDE to code the React.js part, right? And here we are using Visual Studio Code. What you have to do, go to the browser, enter Visual Studio Code download in the search engine, and from here you can see, from here, right, you can download the here. For Windows you have 8, 10, and 11. For Linux you have this, and for the Mac you have this one, right? So from here you can install the Visual Studio Code, and after installing Visual Studio Code, what you have to do, you have to install Node.js also. Okay, you have to install Node.js also, guys. So for installing Node.js, what we have to do? We have to write Node.js download on the search engine, and from here you can see you can install the 64-bit version or this one, right, for the Windows installer. And from here you can download the part, right? And after installing, just extract the file, do next, 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 and you are done with the part. You have installed Node.js, you have installed Visual Studio Code, right, everyone? After that, what you have to do? 1 minute. Let me. Okay. Here. So, so guys, the first question is like anyone has not asked this question, right? Why you are installing Node.js? Okay, you are saying here in order to write the code, you are installing one IDE, that is Visual Studio Code. But what is the use of this Node.js, guys? Anyone in the comment? Why we are using Node.js here? NPM, correct, correct. So how we can set up? Okay. So guys, what happens here? When we are writing the React.js code, right? So what we do, we deal with component. React.js is what? It is all about component. Okay, what is component? Component is like we have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? CSS and JavaScript here, right? And we have a lot of component, right? We have component one, component two, and component three. Like this, we have a lot of component, right? Inside this component, either we can use functional component or we have a class component. Okay, functional component, and we have a class component, right? So if I will show you one functional component here, 1 minute. Let me see. Yeah, this one, app.js. No. So here, yeah. So guys, here you can see I have I have already one project, and here you can see this component, right? This is a component, right? And like component is what? It is a simple JavaScript function, right? Inside this simple JavaScript function, what we are doing? We are using HTML code also, right? So inside a JavaScript function, when we are using HTML code, then we are saying, hey, this is a JSX, right? JavaScript XML, right? And what happened behind the scene? This JSX will get converted, okay? Will get converted, and the conversion part converted to the code which is understandable by the browser. Understandable by browser here, right? So here you are saying, hey, this conversion, okay? First, this conversion is performed by what? It is performed by the Node.js. Okay, it is performed by the Node.js behind the scene, right, everyone? And if you know the basics of JavaScript, we can run this JavaScript where? On the web browser, right? On the web browser, and we can run this JavaScript code on Node.js, right? We can run this JavaScript code on Node.js, right? Because in web browser we have what? We have JavaScript engine, right? We have JavaScript engine for Google. We have V8 JavaScript engine. Inside this JavaScript engine, what we have? We have, okay, inside this JavaScript engine, we have what, guys? We have call stack, right? And like there are a lot of things that is happening behind the scene, but basically we have the web browser, and inside this web browser we have the JavaScript engine, right? So that's why we have to install Node.js. And yes, that like one person had said here, we have to use npm npx, and for that also we have to use Node.js, right? Npm npx, right? Right. So here, now let's start with the simple setup, right? Here, and file, open folder. Let's create a new folder, right? So on the desktop, here I have React Essential Bootcamp, and what I will do, I will create a new file that is expense tracker. Okay, this one. Let's open this file, right? So let's open this file here, and here what we have to do. Okay, so new terminal, and here guys, in order to create your first React app, what we have to do, we have to run some commands, right, on the terminal. So let's open this part. So here we have to use these three commands. That is npx create React app myapp cd myapp and npm start. Okay, so this is the first command that I have to use. Okay, and what it will do, it will do the basic setup for me. Okay, it will do the basic setup for me. Let's do this part, right? Let's create a first React app here. So let me do this part here and this one, right? So here what I will do, so npx create React app, and I have to write the name of the folder, right? I have to write the name of the folder here. I'm writing what, my app. Okay, let's take this example itself. So the moment I will hit on the enter button, what will happen, the dependencies will get installed behind the scene, you can see. Okay, so here you can see it is writing, right, installing React, React DOM and React script, right? So these all things will get installed when you are using this command, that is npx create React app my app. Okay, and after doing this stuff, it is taking a time. Okay, till that time, let's see some more concept. Okay, so we have the component, we have HTML, we have CSS, we have some JavaScript, right? Let's take some real life example, right? Let's see whether where we can use React.js. Okay, what all websites are built using React.js? Anyone? What all websites are built using React.js? Anyone? Please write in the chat. So here, if I will write ki hey React.js website, right? So, okay, basically here I have this Airbnb, right? So we have Airbnb, and let's open Airbnb. Okay, let's see this part. So this Airbnb is with the help of React. If you open this part, so here thing, right? Page, right? Have the Airbnb, right? Okay, this one. First thing we can notice is this part. This one. We have this part. If you will notice, we are changing the and we are changing the text, right? We are changing the icon, we are changing the text, right? So this is what, this is my component, this is my component, and inside this we have sub component, that is this part, this part, this part. Okay, and what we are doing, we are writing a code of this part, we are writing the logic to create one component, and what we are doing, we are changing the icon and we are changing the text here. Okay, and we are using the same code again and again, this one here also, this one here also, this one here also, this one here also, right? Similarly, if you will see this part, this one, this is also a component, right? So this is a separate component, and in this component, this is the child component, right? And in this child component, we have the image. Okay, we have the name and the location, right? The location part. Okay, and the other information. And if you will see this part also, the same thing here, right? The difference is what? The difference is in the image and the difference is in the information, right? But the styling, right? But the styling is same. So here also we are using the component, and we are reusing again and again. So React is what? React is all about component, and we are reusing the component again and again to create a complex web page, right? And we have like React.js is also what? Single page application. We will be discussing about single page application where we are doing the implementation part, right? So let's move to the, let's see whether I have 1 minute. Till this part, everyone is clear, right? Please write in the chat. Okay. Yes. So here you can see our installation is also done here, right? So let's open this file, right? So here we can see we have the node module, we have the public folder, we have the source part, right? And we can see a lot of files here, right? And we have this package.json also. So guys, anyone like what is this package.json? And here we can see we are having name of our app, that is my app, okay, version, and we have dependencies right here. And here we can see we are having what? Scripts also, right? We are having some scripts also. So guys, in the package.json, what happens? Basically, it contains all the dependencies, right? It contains all the dependencies. Here it is saying ki, hey, to run this my app application, you need all these dependencies. First point. The second point is here, the script part. Here it is saying ki, hey, you can use these all scripts, okay, in your React app. In your React app, you can use these all scripts and these all dependencies you want. And this is the meta information of your React app. That is the name and the version of the React app. Right, everyone? The name and version of the React app. After that, you are having this uh, you are having this all folder, right? Let's remove all the folder. Okay, let's first see what output I will get. So in order to run the React application, what we have to use here in the documentation, this one, right? Here it is saying, hey, you have created the React app. After that, move inside the React app. Okay, move inside the React app. In order to move inside the React app, what you have to do? You have to use cd command, and after that, the name of the application, that is my app. And after moving inside the app folder, what you have to do? Run this command, that is npm start, right? So let's do this part also. That is, we have to, yeah, here. So first, let's move inside the my app folder, and after that, what we have to do? We have to do npm start, right? So let's see what output I will get. So here in the left hand side part, if I will zoom this left hand side part, let's zoom this part, right? Yeah. So in the left hand side part, you can see we are having some CSS file, we are having some JavaScript file, we are having some like SVG logo, right? Yeah. So we are having a lot of file here, right? So what I will do, let's first see what output I will get. It is taking a lot of time, right? Okay. In my PC, npm start is not working. Okay, only npm. So guys, till that time, like here I have two file, that is my package log JSON, and we are having package.json. Can you guys tell me what is the difference between package log JSON file and package.json file? Here, right? This is my log JSON file, and here also we are having the information of the application version also, right? And the packages. These all packages are there. What is the difference between package log JSON file and package.json file? So guys, what happens here? Here we are saying ki, hey, we are having two files, that is package.json and package.log.json. In the package.json, we are saying hey, what all dependency you need to run this application, that is my app. And package log JSONs tell us कि hey, in your computer, in your machine, these all dependencies are installed. In your system, these all dependencies are installed. Okay, this is the meaning of package log.json and package.json. This is a simple difference between that, right? And after that, if I will open the here browser, it is still loading, right? Okay, but the difference is clear, right? And here we are having the index.js file. Okay, we are having the index.js file, and here guys, you can see we are having some code. Okay, those who are like having the understanding of JavaScript, then here they can see we are importing something, and after that we are using create, like we are using the method of create root from React DOM, and we are doing some part here, right? That is document.get element by id root. So we are fetching the root id, right? So this is a command, that is document.get element by id root, right? So here we are having the root, right? And I can get the root from this part, that is from public and inside this one. So guys, if you will move inside the public folder you are having index.html file, and inside the index.html file you have this div, right? And what we are what this here we are doing, we are saying ki, hey, id is equal to root, right? We are giving id to this div, right? And in order to fetch this id, okay, in order to fetch this id, in order to do some operation, in order to manipulate this div, in order to add or remove anything from this div, what we have to do, first we have to fetch this element, right? First we have to do what, we have to fetch this element here. And in order to fetch this element, what here we have to use, we have to use document dot get element by id, right? Get element by id, and we have to write the name of the id here. So what we will get, we will get this div. Okay, we will get the command on this div. Okay, and now we can do anything on this div. Okay, we can add something inside this div, we can change the css property of this div, all this we can do, right? So here also, if I will open this file, that is the 1 minute index.js, right? So in the index.js also, here it is saying ki hey, document.get element by id root, right? And what it will do, it will take the control on the div that is having the id root, right? And what we are doing here, we are saying ki, hey, react dom dot create element. What is this react dom then? So here we can see we are importing something from react dom, right? We are importing something from react dom. So we are having some libraries, and all these libraries are containing some features. In order to use those features, we have to import the feature. In order to use React DOM, we have to import React DOM from this one, right? And so we have imported this one, and we are saying ki, hey, dot create root. So we are saying ki this is the root element of the DOM tree. Okay, that is, this div is my root element. Whatever execution will start, this will start from this index dot HTML part from here, right? After that, what we are having? We are having this root.render, and we are saying ki, hey, app, right? We are saying ki, hey, this app. This app is what? It is looking similar to the HTML element, right? But this is what? This is a way of calling component. And if I will open this app here, here you can see what we are doing. We are using JSX to write the app.js file. So here we are creating a functional component. The name of the functional component is app. And in order to create a functional component, either you can use a simple function or you can use a arrow function, right? In order to use a simple function, what you have to do, you have to use the keyword function. and after that the name of the component, round bracket, inside the curly bracket you have to write, like if you have some logic you can write the logic here, and whatever thing you have to render on the web page you have to render inside the return keyword. Okay, whatever HTML you have to write inside the return. Okay, and we are done with the part. And what will happen behind the scene, it will like this part will get converted. Okay, and it will get converted to the code that is understandable by the browser, right? And what browser will do, browser will take that code and render that code on the web page, right everyone? So let's see now, like whether the screen is loaded or not. So here we can see the moment I have hit on the npm start, we are getting this web page, right? We are getting this web page, and that web page is running on localhost colon 3000 port, right everyone? So let's remove some part from here. Okay, from here. So guys, we don't need this part, like there are a lot of extra thing. Right now we don't need this app.test.js file, so I will delete this file. And after that I don't need this app.css file, I will delete this file also. And after that this logo also I don't need, right? Let's delete this logo also. And this report web vital also I don't need, so remove this part. Setup test, there is no need, right? So here now in the source folder I am having three files, that is app.js, index.css and index.js file, right? And in the public folder we are having index.html, right? And let's open this part. From here we don't need this logo, and from here also this I don't need. Index css I need, and yeah, apart from this everything I need, right? And in the div, like in the app function, here we are having the return, and inside the return we are having one div, right? And here what we are saying, class name is equal to app. So when you are using simple HTML, there if you have to give the class name, what you are doing there, you are saying ki, hey, just you will write class and you will write the name of the class. But when you are doing this part in the React.js, then you have to write class name instead of class. Okay, and this class name will be in camel case, right? That is the first letter will be small and the next word will be character one, that is n, right? And after that let's remove this part also, there is no need, and let's print a simple h1. Let's use one simple h1 tag. Okay, and inside this h1 let's print hello. Okay, expense tracker, right? Expense tracker. And let's save the code, right? Let's save the code and let's see what output I will get. Let's save this part also. Mm. So here we are getting some error. It is saying h1 is not defined. Okay, h1 is not defined. So basically what I have to do, I have to use 1 minute. Okay, it will be this one. Yeah, this one, right? And now it is saying hey, report this. Okay, let's remove this part also. And one more thing, guys. Okay, let's first discuss about the component, then we will come to this part. So where we are having the, and this one, that is, here it is saying here at line number 16.1 you are using this one, right? So here this one in the index.js, this part, right? Let's remove this line also and save the code. Again we are getting some error, that is app.css, right? So why we are getting this error, because we have removed some file and we are using those file in our JS file. That's why we are getting this error, right? So now I think we will not get any error, right? Okay, it is still saying dot source. Okay, like terminal. Yeah. So here we can see the error, right? Uh, it is saying ki here in the source folder in this run, right? Remove this part also. And now, yeah. So guys, we are getting expense tracker on the output screen, right? We are getting expense tracker on the output screen. So what will happen? The moment you are doing npm start, okay? The moment you are doing npm start, first we are having the HTML page, this one. We are having this HTML page, and my system, my web browser will render this HTML page. It will come to this line, that is line number 31, where we are saying div id is equal to root. Okay, and here this one from index.js, your actual execution will start. Okay, for the JS part, index.js will be the point from where the execution will start, right? And here you are saying ki, hey, whatever changes, whatever manipulation I will do inside this app, inside this root part. Okay, inside the root part, I will do the manipulation, right? And what you are doing, you are saying ki, hey, root dot render, and you are rendering app, right? And this app is nothing but a component. Okay, so we will go inside the app, and in order to use app at line number 8, what we are doing, we are first importing the app from dot slash app. And here this dot slash is saying ki, hey, in the same folder you are having this app component. Okay, so in the same folder that is inside the source, I am having the app component. From here, this is my component, and this part will get rendered. That is what we are doing. We are printing expense tracker on the output screen. Okay, we are printing expense tracker on the output screen, and that's why we are getting this result, right? That's why we are getting this result. So it is 7:52, right? Okay. Yeah. So guys, this is the basic setup part, and this is the introduction part of the React.js. In the next part, we will be seeing like how to pass the data, okay, from one component to another component, how to create different components, okay, and how to pass data from child to parent component and from parent to child component also, right? We will see these all thing in the next session, okay, because we have to end our session at 8 o'clock, so we are having 5 minutes. If you have any doubt, please write in the chat, right? Yeah. So Tony is saying, what does strict mode means? Okay, if you are doing the strict mode option, then it will be like it will give some strict command to the this variable and functions, right? So you can see that part. What like if you are using strict mode, and if you are trying to use this keyword inside the function, then I think you will get undefined, right? And yeah, if you are not using the strict mode, then you will get the window object. Okay. It is important to import React from React app. Okay. The project is simple. We are adding some component. Okay. And we are filtering those component, and we are using this what this all the this part props states, and we are having what, we are having hooks. Okay, we are using all this to implement this simple project, right? About the advantage and disadvantage part, after implementing the whole project, we will discuss about the advantage and disadvantage, okay, by taking comparison, like we will do the comparison with the Angular and the Vue part, right? why to use React and why not to use React. In which file we have to do CSS for class name is equal to app. Uh, okay, what was the question? Like for the placement, you have to wait. Okay, for the placement, I will tell you at the last session, right? Okay, about the hooks, we are having the separate class where we will discuss about the hook that is on day 3, right? So please be like patient and you will get the okay whole explanation, right? How to link to GitHub. Yeah. No, no, try to use Visual Studio Code, right? How to link to GitHub, create a GitHub account and from there push your code, right? Push your code to the GitHub and from there you can link the code, right? Bhavendra, after creating this project, I will link, like I will show you the step like how I can link this project to the GitHub part, right? Okay. Uh, Deep, we can use that part, but it is like you are using React, so take the advantage of React, right? How to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript with React. Sakumar, that's what I told you, right? We are having the component and component is all about HTML, CSS and JavaScript, right? If you will see this simple component that is the app component, what we are doing? We are using this part, right? We are using HTML and CSS here. The HTML code we are writing inside the return and we are using class name to inject CSS code, right? And what we can do, we can use this class name and we can do the CSS part on this part, right? And similarly, if I have to write the JavaScript code, I can pass the function inside this JSX and I will see, like we will see how we can pass the function in the JSX code and how we can implement the JavaScript, okay, in the upcoming session. So where to add CSS for class name app, okay? Like I have, so here you can add that part in the index.js, okay? Index.css, okay? In the index.css, you can add the CSS. Or what you can do, you can create a app.css file, and from there also you can add the CSS, right? React.js is a library that is used for this one user interface. Like when you have to work on the front end part, you have to use React.js or like any other framework you are going, Angular. You can use that part also. And Node.js is for the backend part, right? If you have to implement the backend code, then go with the Node.js. So can we use React as a backend? No, Devendra, it is a front end, right? It is a React.js is what? JavaScript library to implement user interface. In the definition itself, it is saying ki, hey, you have to do what? You have to use React to develop user interface, right? So why you will do with like why will you use React.js for backend? Sir, which is better, React or AngularJS? It depends on the use case. Okay, it depends on the use case. So guys, this is all for today's session. Like we are going out of time. It is 8 o'clock, okay, already, and we have to start our next class also, right? So this is all for today's session, guys. If you have any doubt, from tomorrow we are having a session that is going to be conducted from 6:50. Okay, so please be there at 6:50, and from there we will first take doubt for 5 minutes, and after that we will start our session, right? So guys, this is all for today's session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. About okay. Tony, in the next session, we will discuss about that part, okay? NPM or NPX, okay? Yeah. Thank you, everyone.